Hello, everyone. Okay, let's dive in. Okay. Hey, so welcome to today's half-hour hacks. We're diving into ClipChamp today, one of my favorite little tools. It is actually it really is actually. I quite enjoy it, and yeah, it's a simple but powerful video editing tool that essentially makes it easy for um, general professionals like me to create really good-looking, professional-looking videos, even if you have zero editing experience. And just full disclosure, I don't use Adobe Pro or any of those big tools. These are the tools. This is where I live, is in these scrappy tools like ClipChamp that get things done quick and easy. So we're going to cover the benefits of do-it-yourself videography, why this tool is great for small businesses, and then I will actually walk you through how to cut and edit a video, add some audio, and make some smooth transitions. And it will be on the fly, so there will be some some things I have to do, just kind of demonstrating how it all goes, the typical process. I did get some things prepared though, because I can't. There in 30 minutes we don't have time to walk through the whole bit, like getting actual clips put together and stuff like that. And anyway, we'll get into that. So yeah, by the end of the session, you'll have the confidence to start editing your own content without needing to an expensive product team, or sorry, production team. Okay. And now a little bit about us first, too, Roamlii. So we are a comprehensive digital command center designed to support small business like yours to navigate and grow within our dynamic Canadian tourism sector. Because it really is a very big sector with a lot of different business types in it. And we've built a system that helps you more effectively manage your entire customer journey from discovery through inquiry to booking and scheduling. And we're constantly looking at different ways we can add value to our community by offering free, valuable resources like these webinars to help you learn, adapt, and succeed in this ever-evolving industry. The Half Hour Hack series is semi-monthly. We aim to do it every two Wednesdays a month. We're probably going to be changing that, though, in March, where we do it a little bit more on the fly. Instead of having pre-scheduled webinars, we're going to likely be launching them where we have an idea, we record it, and then we let you know about the recording that's posted on our website. Just kind of alleviates the pressure of showing up for a live webinar, even though they're always recorded and always put on our website. It just kind of takes out a bit of that pressure and adds a little bit more of a casual, accessible flow to it. So yeah. And the goal with them, though, regardless, is we design them to elevate your business, your operational strategies, and we try to cover a really wide variety of topics. It does tend to be tech stuff, though, because that does tend to be where small businesses get a little bit nervous and think that they have to think that small things are or well, not small things, just like typical things that you could do are maybe out of your reach. And we want to show you that they are within your reach. And yeah, it just takes a little bit of time and some patience with yourself to go through. These are some other topics we are noodling on as well here. And yeah, some more to come. All right. So now let's talk about why video editing and video is so important for your business. People engage more with video than with really any other type of content, whether it's on your website, social media, or even in an email. So video builds trust and helps potential customers see what your business is all about before they even visit. And the best part, you don't need a fancy production crew to create high quality videos. With tools like ClipChamp, you can take control of your content, make quick edits, and publish pretty professional looking videos in just a few minutes. Today, I will show you how. All right, so ClipChamp, it's a freemium video editing tool owned by Microsoft. Sorry, I mean, I didn't make that happen, but Microsoft does have a pretty broad suite of tools, and a lot of them I like, some of them I don't, but ClipChamp is one of them. Freemium means essentially there's a free plan and then there's a premium plan. With ClipChamp, it is quite nice. I do have the premium plan now, but I operated for a long time without the premium plan. and I got by just fine. Like there was just a couple things that I really enjoyed in the premium side that I decided, just go up, and it's not expensive at all. So, but it's designed to be super user friendly. There's a free version, like I said, which which we are now using, as I mentioned. And there's a desktop a desktop version, so like a downloadable app, and there's a web version too. And so in order for the audio to come through correctly, I'm going to be using the web version today. So it's no software, no like complex software installations. Just log in, upload your clips, or use their database of clips and start editing right from your browser with a few clicks. One of the best things too about ClipChamp is that it does have the very robust free version. And like I was saying, I only upgraded to the paid version because I wanted to keep an archive of my projects so that I didn't have to rebuild them each time. And I wanted to make changes because we have like walkthroughs and demo videos and overview videos too that we just sometimes want to make minor tweaks to, or we want to just cut out the whole video layer, add a new video, but we want to keep the same audio and the same music, that kind of thing. So it's just a little easier. And they do have, of course, too, a more expansive music catalog and video catalog, clip catalog, all that stuff with premium. That's the point of it. So it does use also a simple drag and drop interface, so which you'll see. So you can move clips around, add music and layers. In text, you can add, I've never done the adding text like subtitles yet. We're not going to go through that today because I haven't done it. And but it also does that. So it does a lot of cool things too. And it also can do fades and transitions, and you can do some quirky stuff too, like layering other things. You can make it look like you're walking beside a giraffe or something like that, or a dinosaur is chasing you. And so it can get into some pretty complex stuff. We don't really do any of that because we use it for like demos and that kind of thing. But yeah, it is perfect for small business owners, though, who want to create high quality content without a steep learning curve. Okay, so some pro tips. A few quick tips here for just to keep in mind for editing. First, keep your videos short and engaging wherever possible. Obviously, if it's a longer video, like the content just has to be long, then it's long. Social media audiences, though, tend to prefer short videos under 60 seconds, so get it to the point pretty quick. Second, adding background music can make your videos feel more dynamic and professional. I definitely find this, and you'll notice this when we go through it, that our video will seem quite a little dull until we add some music, and then it'll be like, oh, this is good. Yeah. ClipChamp offers the free library too of sounds and music to choose from, and it's pretty good stuff. And then, of course, even more in the economically priced paid version. Finally, smooth transitions help your video flow naturally. Avoid jumpy cuts by just having mashing two pieces together. You want to add some fades. I tend to like the fade through black as mine, but they have all kinds. Yeah, so small tweaks like this make a really big difference in how polished your final video looks. Okay, so some demos, just some quick notes here. We're going to jump into ClipChamp here and get hands-on. I'm going to walk you through how to cut a video, how to add some background music and some audio clips, and create some smooth fades between the sections. I'll probably cover a few other things as we go through. Just happens naturally that way. But yeah, so here we go. First, give me a second here. I'm going to open ClipChamp and get a project going, and then we'll be ready to go. All right. Okay. So here is ClipChamp in all of its glory. The one irritating thing that I have is that they have this little view window so small. But anyway, you can drag this bar up and down and stuff, but to make it bigger, but then you lose the bottom part. And anyway, this is where we're working for the most part anyway. So you'll see that I have preloaded some items because obviously I'm picky, you end up dabbling and world and trying to find all the into the world of like content and stuff and find the best clips and stuff like that. So I spent a bit of time. I thought it'd be fun to just do one about animals, nothing to do with our business, just animals and particularly about zoos. So I pre-made some
Zoos aren't
audio
just about cute.
that covers it does do
Zoos zoos aren't
previous
just about.
yeah. So I did some pre-recorded some media in 11 Labs, which is another video we have. So this is all AI audio that I made. What I tend to do if I'm doing a video with audio, like a voiceover type of thing, start with that as your size. So I'm going to bring all these guys in here. So then I know, and I'll zoom out a little bit because that's an exaggerated view of what the audio will look like. So I'm going to drop these guys in here. And if you see it, suddenly it's zooming in and out, I'm holding control and running my wheel on my mouse. So that's where there's maybe some dramatic effect that you're not understanding what's happening. So, because what you want here too is when you're doing like really micro finessing, you can zoom in and you can really pick those little bits out and stuff like that. So I also like to just see the whole thing. So we can see here we have 50 seconds of, nope, that's not together. And we have 49 seconds of audio to work with. So I want roughly probably about a minute of video. So we have way more than that. So here we go. And I did pick out a song that I like ahead of time, but I will show you the content library too. But this is just one of my favorite music for overlay because it doesn't have voice in it and stuff, and it's just kind of a nice strum. So let's start dropping some videos in here. And I'm actually going to go and just grab all of them and dump them in so we can see how big it is. So we have 1 minute-ish more than we need. So here we go. Okay, so let's go take a look at, and actually, now we know how big that is, but it does get annoying. Well, you'll just hear the audio over and over and over again. But we're going to first scoot. Just highlighting these guys. We're going to scoot them back a bit. So I don't like videos that just dive right into the voice part. I like to have like let's ease in here. Let's calm down. So let's go. I think the turtles is a good spot, but I know that I have some audio in here. In this bit that is specifically about turtles. So, and eagles too. So we're going to actually slide this back. And then I don't think, did I delete one by accident? You can actually you can delete two by dropping on, but I want to drop right in between there. So we're going to do eagles first. It's not, there we go. Okay. So, and we want something else there. I'm not going to delete that yet. We're going to start with tiger. Who doesn't want to start with a tiger? I'm gonna do that. Sometimes they'll slide automatically, which is nice when you slot things in. No, geez, back this up. And other times, if you would like hover here, it'll actually try and like actually, if you do a new one and you put it here, you see that it's going to replace that. So just be cognizant of that if you've done some work. Control Z does back you out, and they do have an undo button, which is really handy if you muck things up. So yeah, so we're gonna, this is the gate at the zoo. You just drag this guy over here so you can see how different things. That's the gate. So we're gonna put that at the end because I know that my audio content has a bit about coming to zoos. So anyway, so let's do this. I think this is probably a reasonable order. Let's go through. And if this section is big enough, it'll give you a trash can. And then you can just delete the blanks because you want to mind the gaps. It always tells you to mind the gaps. So we're going to go here and let's watch with the tiger for a little bit and see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to systematically cut out chunks from each of these video clips until we have the length exactly where we want it to be, which I like to have a little bit of a gap in the front of the audio, a little bit of gap in the back, and it makes for a smooth transition. We can actually lengthen these a little bit though, and have slight pauses between. because the AI, of course, doesn't have pauses. So I might design it to be that. And let's see what that ends up doing. Let's see what that runtime gives us to about here, which is about just under a minute. So 56 seconds we have. Let's hunt down 56 seconds of good clips. So we're gonna go.
Zoos aren't just about cute faces and funny moments. Across North America, they play.
I think that's enough, Tiger. So we're going to clip, make sure you highlight the clip you want, not an audio or something. We're going to clip that out. You can drag these around too, like put them in different sections if you want to save it for later. We don't need that though. So we're going to just remove it and we'll delete the trash can. Let's go and see what happens now.
A critical role in wildlife rehabilitation and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals.
That's enough, Eagle. Delete. And now watch some turtles.
Get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled.
So now in here, right there, it was talking about the rescuing sea turtles. So we want to actually make sure we have both of these in this area. So we're going to punch something up into there. And also, this is plenty of turtle. So let's just go. Actually, I'm going to undo that. And let's take a peek. Let's just scroll through. Maybe there's different parts of the video, because you don't always have to keep the front part too. You can keep the later part if there's different things. Sometimes it buffers. If you just want the turtle riding off into the sunset. I think we will take the beginning. I do like that. So let's see again.
Get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles.
I think that's plenty right there. Make sure I've got this guy highlighted. And we'll just delete that. Now let's move giraffe ahead of bald eagle. And let's see what that does for our timing.
And species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles.
So that works fairly well, but I am actually going to, and actually if you're I like cutting, sometimes it causes weird things if you can drag the thing back out. But for this one, let's just give it a roll. So this one, we're just going to actually shrink it down to about a reasonable amount of giraffe. And let's go.
Life rehabilitation and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals.
I think right there is enough giraffe. So I'm going to actually drag this guy right until the line is purple. And that tells me we've hit that. So now I want to see where does he start talking about preservation?
Get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs.
So right around there, we want to have something. So I want to put something else in here, probably something short. And let's drop these guys. Actually, let's go with the Russian bison. Okay. And what you can do too, if you really like a clip, but the part you're going to put it into is kind of short, you can always cut it and then put the other half somewhere else later. So let's do this. I think that's going to be enough bison though, right where we need it.
Get a second chance.
Of course, it decides to do a buffering thing on me here. Okay. Get it together, ClipChamp.
Orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back.
Okay, so we're going to go right there. I'm going to zoom in closer so we can be a bit more forensic. Go back here, and I'm going to clip this off. Then we'll slide the bald eagles right in here. And let's back out again, and let's see how that sounds.
Programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets. These efforts.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do here is actually shorten the eagle.
Back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in.
Yeah, so I think we'll just do that there. And we might even tighten up giraffe a little bit more. There. So we can fit that into there. Okay.
Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets. These efforts save lives. And when it comes to conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help ensure.
Perfect. Okay. So I think I'm actually going to just so there's a slight, I'm just being picky now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And then I'm going to tuck that in there. So I think there'll be a little bit more. Now we got this long segment of this. It's a pretty cool pan, though. It pans across a huge aquarium. And I really wish that buffer would get it together. So what we're going to do instead, but it's slow.
But thrive.
Like
So the next time
it's really slow. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to go over here. We're actually going to speed this puppy up. We're going to dial right up to 3 because when I hit enter, you'll see it dramatically saves us a lot of space. So I might have actually shortened things up too much, which happens too. No, we still got lots of room. We're going to cut off a lot of this rhino. Now let's go take a look at that and see how that pan looks and if it's like too fast.
accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration.
The audio is just big weird because it's just buffering silly or something. I don't know what's going on. Ignore it.
Leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education.
It's having some serious quirky issues here. This is I find the app actually a bit more consistent.
Conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help ensure these incredible animals don't just survive, but thrive. So the next time you visit an accredited.
If I did something to this, speed is correct. Huh. Sometimes I've accidentally sped up the audio instead. Okay, so this guy now we want to go shorten it. It's probably going to be plenty of rhino.
Don't just survive, but thrive. So the next time you visit an accredited.
So I want to show the ending there of the entrance right around when he talks about that. So we're going to clip that guy off. That's quite a bit. Now when he talks about, actually it's going to end right quite nicely. I am going to speed it up though. And because it's kind of a boring clip, but I want to see what 2 does just to see. So that ends up being too short, but yeah, actually let's just leave it because that does kind of work nicely. So let's see how that lines up.
Next time you visit an accredited ethical zoo, one that prioritizes animal welfare, conservation, and rehabilitation, remember, you're not just seeing wildlife, you're helping to protect it for generations to come.
It works pretty good. Okay, let's see how it all works out. Again, too, without any music, just kind of audio. The gaps are pretty good. We haven't done any. Actually, before we do that, let's go in and add transitions. So you see when there is, sometimes you have to zoom in to get them to come up automatically. But there, see this little thing comes up, add a transition, you click that. I had fade through black already selected, so then it makes that my default, which is good because you don't have to go and find it. There's lots of different types, so to each their own. Blinds, diagonal swipes, crossfade. I find them just unnecessary. Yeah. So I do fade through black, and then we'll see how that looks when we do it. So just between each one, just adds a little bit of kind of harmonization when you are watching the video. Just continuity, I guess.
Zoos aren't just about cute faces and funny moments. Across North America, they play a critical role in wildlife rehabilitation and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets. These efforts save lives. And when it comes to conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help ensure these incredible animals don't just survive, but thrive. So the next time you visit an accredited ethical zoo, one that prioritizes animal welfare, conservation, and rehabilitation, remember, you're not just seeing wildlife, you're helping to protect it for generations to come.
Perfect. That's really good. And the output won't have all those weird little stumbles. It's not, I don't know, something going on with my internet maybe. But it is just being a little funny. It's being funny on this particular clip too. Sometimes I've found too, I've just like deleted a clip and then thrown it back in and it made it better. And actually this one would be easy to do. So let's just see if that might not even been that clip. Actually, let's toss this back in. Obviously it's big again. We just go back there and do this as a 2. Come on. Okay, so then it's short. Delete that. I'm also going to delete this clip out and see if that refreshes things. I feel like sometimes they just get weird.
And when it comes to conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help ensure these incredible animals don't just survive, but thrive. So the next time you visit an accredited ethical zoo,
Yeah, it's like they all got weird. I'm just going to re-add all of them for some reason. Again, this is the joy of doing things live. And on the fly. So here we go. Let's see if that fixes it. Actually, I'm going to bump this back a little bit. Oh, we did want it there, didn't we?
so the next time you visit an accredited ethical zoo,
Actually, that could go back. And we don't want to muck up what we did up here, though, too. So where did that bald eagle bit start?
life rehabilitation, and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets. These efforts save.
That works better, actually. Let's even bump that back a little more. That works really well. Okay.
Zoos aren't just about cute faces and funny moments. Across North America, they play a
There we go. It'll always pause if you move something. Until you get going in. I'm just trying to get these spaces kind of relatively the same. Because I'm finicky like that.
They play a critical role in wildlife rehabilitation and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing.
I think I missed the whole bit there.
Get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs.
Yeah, I slid it too far. So we will go this way a little bit.
Animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs, from nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing.
Pretty close. I can actually just extend that a little bit. So we still see the eagle when they say eagle.
From nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets. These efforts save lives. And when it comes to conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help.
Oh, we ended up with a little gap there. Make sure there's no gaps. Make sure we got transitions. I think this is good to go now. Okay, so now we got that. So now let's add even more complication. with some music. So now music is always like, depends too. If you have voice, you obviously want to drop the music level very far. We don't need this to be that long. We'll just take it right to the end. I also will add, so this is, we'll leave the voice as full volume. That's what we want to hear primarily. And in this case, we're doing some audio in the background. So we're going to hit audio, and we're going to drop this all the way down to about 5. And yeah, so then it's just like a nice strumming guitar in the background. And it starts. Another last bit thing here, a last thing I'll do to is show you the fades. And so music, I tend to do fade. I like about 1 second in. You can do 2. It doesn't make that big of a difference. And then because we have so many clips connected here, we'll want to do the first clip as a 2-second fade and the last clip as a 2-second fade out. And let's watch it.
Zoos aren't just about cute faces and funny moments. Across North America, they play a critical role in wildlife rehabilitation and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs. From nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets, these efforts save lives. And when it comes to conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help ensure these incredible animals don't just survive, but thrive.
Oh, of course. Of course it would buffer right while we're doing stuff.
Come on. Help ensure these incredible animals don't just survive, but thrive. So the next time you visit an accredited ethical zoo, one that prioritizes animal welfare.
Didn't see a transition there. There we go. Always checking.
One that prioritizes animal welfare, conservation, and rehabilitation. Remember, you're not just seeing wildlife, you're helping to protect it for generations to come.
Pretty good. I mean, it's it's not the best video I've ever made, but it's something. And yeah, so then what you do to export it is just click up here, and a lot of times I'll just do 1080p. 4K is overkill. That's so big. But if you need 4K, then obviously do that, and it's handy to have. If you want really portable files, 720 is a nice roll as well. Yeah, but 1080 is a great place to start. A lot of times I'll populate them both just so I have 2 different options. You can also change the size if you need a different aspect ratio. Of course, it depends on the clips you started with, how that will look. But say we needed, like these are all 9:16 clips. So if you go, 16:9, these are all widescreen clips. So they're not going to just like cut and morph perfectly. But if you do need a phone version 9:16, you can do that and it'll export that out, which is really quite handy. So yeah, I'm actually going to see if it will play just once really nice in the full preview here. See if it'll just get it together.
Zoos aren't just about cute faces and funny moments. Across North America, they play a critical role in wildlife rehabilitation and species preservation. Every year, thousands of injured or orphaned animals get a second chance thanks to zoo-based rehabilitation programs. From nursing bald eagles back to flight to rescuing sea turtles tangled in fishing nets, these efforts save lives. And when it comes to conservation, accredited zoos are leading the charge. Breeding programs for endangered species, habitat restoration, and education initiatives help ensure these incredible animals don't just survive, but thrive. So the next time you visit an accredited ethical zoo, one that prioritizes animal welfare, conservation, and rehabilitation, remember, you're not just seeing wildlife, you're helping to protect it for generations to come.
There we go. I did forget that I was going to actually show you the content library. So because this clip is so long, let's go find something funny to add at the end. like a celebration or something. So we go here to content library, and I had been looking for the music. Let's take music off here. And let's see what, I don't know, something celebration. We're celebrating zoos. And let's see if there's something, or actually, let's find a funny animal. See if we can find a funny clip. It's going to be a dog, probably. Let's see. So then you see these are the sections. We can find music. That's funny animal. Funny bunny. Can't imagine what that would be. And then there's goofy clips too and stuff. We're not going to go that goofy. Let's just see the videos and see if we can append something funny. It's probably going to be dogs and cats too. It's like 99% of it. Oh, here's a seal. Being silly. Oh, seal. What am I talking about? It's an otter. Okay, let's, I don't know, for fun, let's drop that in. So how I get it in, you can do two ways. So I'll just drop it right into the video, or you can go here and see a larger preview. And it'll also show you, it's even funnier. Let's see what that one is. I love it. So let's go to add media, and then it is added over into our media, so that when we just go back into our media, which is your media, is the stuff for this particular project. We're going to go here. There it is. Let's drop that at the end. And let's take this one and just kind of hack it. We know it's all the same. So let's go here, and then we can hack this guy down as well. And now we've got to remember to take the fade off of that. Don't need fade. And go back in here, zoom in a bit, and add, oh, there's a gap. Add the transitions, add the transitions. And now we got a bit of an ending here. We can actually end those at the same time, since we got quite a bit of that. And let's just see. Let's see how that ends now. See if it's better.
Wildlife. You're helping to protect it for generations to come.
I gotta change this back to the proper fit. Size, wide. There we go.
You're helping to protect it for generations to come.
Wait on this one. There, caught it just in time. That's a funny way to end the video. So yeah, export, boom, got your video. And make sure that if you do have the premium version, keep an archive, make sure you hit this guy to back up your media. Because what that does is when I go to ClipChamp, so then it's just saved. So I just called this new project. I'll probably call it, I can't change it in here. In here, you can change it to our zoo project. And now we have a name. So then if we went to export it and go over here, something like this, take a little bit a while to export. Yeah, about a minute. So we're not going to wait for that. We don't have time for that. Anyway, so, but it'll be saved in here, so you can go back then. And this is where we keep all of ours, like some of our walkthroughs, our overviews, and that kind of thing. So that is a very quick review of ClipChamp. I'm going to stop sharing. Just come back to here. And yeah, so I hope that was useful, you guys. There's always way more I could show you, but I hope it was useful and fun, and enjoyed the video. And get using ClipChamp, because it's easy and it's awesome.